Hi, Mason, Nico. This is Pedro from Cartelera, Spain. How are you?
Hello.
Good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Congratulations on the film. You are so
Very
good.
good.
As a huge fan of the original, I have to say you nailed it and then some. I love how Dean expanded your characters and your relationship. In the first half of the film, Hiccup and Astrid's rivalry, I feel like it's enhanced and it's more tense between them in the beginning. What was it like for you to go on that journey together from rivals to friends to something more with those characters?
You know what I love so much about it is I wouldn't even say they were, rivals. I think they just really didn't know each other. And,
Yeah.
Hiccup has always been, an outcast and always wanted to be a part of their group. And, probably to Astrid, he's just some like foreign little creature who just waddles around the village. But,
Yes.
I love it.
Look at you.
Makes sense. But, getting to see them getting to know each other and watching those scenes and they fully flesh out each other's people. It's fun to watch and to see them connect. I think it's really great.
And Nico, props to you for an amazing job as Astrid. I was talking to Dean a few months ago, and he told me that she was his favorite character to write more for from the original because he felt like he didn't do her justice in the original film, his words. So I think he did it in this one. How did you approach the character, having that in mind? How much did you lean on the original?
I think there's an element of it that is difficult at times because when the source material is so strong, you kind of don't want to tread on it too much, because I think if you delve too far into just watching the animated and America Ferrera is so wickedly talented that I think if I was to watch each scene and try and do a play-by-play of her, I would just actually start doing an impersonation instead of my own interpretation of Astrid. So I tried not to look too much at the original, but I think just Dean being there actually is kind of like the key to all of it, because the fact that he knows this movie so well and he knows these characters so well that it allows you to know them so well too, through conversation and through the script and through any developmental stages. He was totally open for conversation and discussion, and as a result, I think that you get to see more of Astrid and you get to learn a bit more about her, and that was something that was a real privilege to get to have the space to do that. So I feel I'm very happy with how she's ended in the version of her that's kind of presented in the movie. And it's also full credit to, Mason as well, to have a brilliant scene partner who kind of gives you the room to play around, and that was really cool too. So I think all of it in culmination actually made it a really wonderful experience. But I do think that Astrid in the animation movies is such a badass. Dean always says, like, we didn't give her enough. I'm like, she is super, super cool, and to me as a child was the ultimate action hero, so...
She is. And Mason, man, I can't begin to tell you how I'm being too complimentary in this interview. I'm sorry. I can begin to
I'm
tell
taking
you
it all in.
how amazing you are as Hiccup, like how great you are at capturing the spirit, the personality, the body language, and even the voice, but just at the right volume so that you don't make an imitation. That's a great job. How did you do that? Where did you find the middle ground for the character?
Hiccup is such an iconic character, and I really didn't want to do a cheap impression of it, because what Jay did in the original is so incredible and very iconic, and I really had to find a gray area of keeping everything everybody loves about Hiccup and also doing a new interpretation. And of course I can do the voice, but it feels like a cheap impression, and I talked to Dean a lot about it, and I found like a little gray area where a couple words I can throw in the Hiccup,
Hiccupisms.
voice. The Hiccupisms, yes. He pops out sometimes. But just kind of finding a gray area of, a new version of Hiccup and letting that, breathe a little, which was very fun for me.
Yeah, great job. I want to talk a little bit about the action scenes in the film, because it's incredible, especially the flight scenes. Tell me, what was it like, filming those, because they look great on the screen, but I'm sure it wasn't as epic or comfortable on set for you. Maybe can you walk me through that?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, whenever I'm on the Dragon, it's surrounded by blue screens, and I'm on this gimbal thing, which is like a mechanical bull, and basically what we really wanted is we wanted those flight scenes to be so immersive, because you watch a movie and 99 90% of the shots look fantastic, and that one shot, you know, that's iffy or pretty bad, it'll take you out of the film. And that's something Dean talked about a lot, and we really wanted everything to be so immersive to put you in there. So those flight scenes were really important to us. So they made this thing called the gimbal, and basically whatever they programmed the CGI dragon to do, the gimbal would do the exact same thing with me on top of it. So whenever they, in post-production, would add like the real toothless, it would be very smooth. And we had about a month of that, and yeah, I just sat on the dragon and a bunch of like leaf blowers in my face. But yeah, it was cool.